Hi, everyone. Welcome to our video on the State of the States and Brain Injury Conference for NASHIA this year. Today, we're going to talk about the Medicaid Home and Community-Based Services pre-conference that we're having, and we're going to be focusing on at this year's SOS in Eugene, Oregon, this year in September. Today, we've got two NASHIA staffers that are going to walk us through some of the questions that you may have about our pre-conference this year. And we're going to start by talking to Zeta Ricker, who is our Director of Strategic Partnerships and Policy. And she's going to talk to us a little bit about who should attend this Home and Community-Based Services pre-conference this year. Zeta?
Hi, everyone. We are really excited about the Home and Community-Based Services pre-conference and are really hopeful that a wide variety of partners join us. The conference is really intended for states that might have brain injury waivers or states who are supporting people with brain injury on other waivers, or states who might just be looking for opportunities to support people with brain injury through some innovative Medicaid models. And really, we're hoping that states bring together a wide variety of partners to join the day, to be able to really come together and develop plans to take back to the state. So some of those partners might be, of course, the state brain injury program, but also your brain injury advocacy organization and other partners in the brain injury space, partners from your Medicaid agency or other state agencies that might manage waivers in the state. If you're a managed care state, maybe some of your managed care organizations, the other Medicaid providers in the state, and providers of HCBS and all other ways. Any organization or partner that really helps to support the long-term services and support for people with brain injury are invited to attend. Jill, am I missing anything?
Zeta, I think you really covered it nicely. We realize that a lot of states already work with strong collaboratives in their state for the purposes of strengthening Medicaid. So all of those types of partners that maybe are working together to further the effectiveness of service delivery and brain injury would be great ones to consider bringing along.
Thank you, Zeta. I think that all of those partners would be great add-ons to be attendees this year and would really get a lot out of the sessions. Speaking of the sessions, Zeta, can you tell me a little bit about what content will be covered, and maybe is there a special session that would be really beneficial to a lot of our attendees to hear this year?
Thank you, Haley. We are really excited about the wonderful programming that has come together and so many of the partners that have agreed to join us. Some of the things that we plan to focus on include conversations about waiver operations and some of the many changes that will impact states due to some final rules from CMS and ACL. There will also be sessions on how to use advocacy to support home and community-based services, supporting self-direction, navigating rate settings, supporting person-centered planning, and thinking through some innovative ways to support people with brain injury and co-occurring vulnerabilities through demonstration waivers or through other exciting initiatives. In particular, we are excited about the session focused on waiver operations and changes on the horizon impacting states and partners. With the recent final rulemaking released, this will be an opportunity for states to hear from CMS about the multiple rules that have recently been released and how they might impact states, and give states the opportunity to think through how to implement these rules in a way that supports people with brain injury and that takes into consideration some of their concerns or challenges that they foresee in moving forward with the rulemaking process.
Thank you, Zeta. I know that's going to answer a lot of questions for people out there. All right, next we're going to turn to Jill Farrington, who is NASHIA's Director of Community Integration, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about why HCBS is a good fit for the NASHIA State of the States pre-conference and brain injury. Jill?
Thanks, Haley. We believe that this conference and especially this pre-conference will be a good fit for many attendees planning to come to Eugene in September. A growing part of our membership at NASHIA is either directly involved with Medicaid programs in their state, or they work in close partnership with their Medicaid partners. We know that there's at least one state that is actively looking at ways to start a brain injury waiver program. We also are familiar with states that are taking a close look at their current brain injury waiver program, and they're recognizing where there are gaps and where they may need to expand their service array through an amendment. And then there's other states that are looking at the other waivers in their states and ways to make sure that people with brain injury don't fall between the cracks of a spinal cord injury waiver or an intellectual and developmental disability waiver or another. So that's why we're very excited that we'll have a session that will squarely look at advocacy in states, that the grassroots project from the Human Services Research Institute will bring to us and provide strategies for making a difference and moving the needle in your state. Past conferences have absolutely dealt with the topic of Medicaid, but really without as much depth. So we know this topic has a lot of urgency for states, and it's important from so many different angles. And that's why we wanted to create a day that would take attendees into a much deeper dive around HCBS topics. What we very much hope is that our attendees will have key takeaways from the pre-conference that will potentially turn into actionable opportunities when they go home.
Thank you, Joe. That certainly is exciting that there's going to be so much great content for our states and their partners. Another question that our viewers may have is, how does one register for the pre-conference?
Thanks, Haley. It's actually quite easy to register for both the pre-conference as well as the full conference in Eugene, Oregon in September. Interested attendees can simply go to www.nashia.org/SOS 2024. Here, all of the information you will find, including the agenda, our rates, the registration link, and individuals can certainly apply and come to the pre-conference only. What we hope is that you will be interested in not only the pre-conference, but it's the full conference as well, to learn about other brain injury topics. There is a student rate that is available for the pre-conference, as is the full conference, that reduces that rate somewhat for our students that are interested in attending.
Thank you, Jill. And yes, it certainly is an easy process. All the information is at the website that you mentioned. And we've got a lot of really great tools and resources to even help you justify your travel and expense to Eugene, Oregon. So check those out. All right, Zeta, going back to you. Are there going to be any exhibitors that are going to be at State of the States that are really focused on efforts in HCBS?
Great question, Haley. Yes, there will be. We are looking forward to having exhibitors on a wide variety of focus areas, including those who can speak to different options to help support the delivery of home and community-based services for people with brain injury. So we hope that you will join and check out the many exhibitors at the pre-conference and general conference.
Thank you, Zeta. And Jill, is there anything else that you want to add today?
Thanks, Haley. I think the only thing that I would like to emphasize is that if you've listened to this recording today, you've hopefully understood that we will be shaping the pre-conference with some very broad topics, such as the regulation rollout, but also very specific detailed topics. One of those being the very complex area of rights and restrictions for people in home and community-based services. So we believe that this pre-conference is going to meet the needs of a wide range of attendees, whether Medicaid is a large part of what you do every day or something that happens more occasionally through your local partnerships. So we're very much hopeful that you'll want to attend the pre-conference and be with us on this important topic that will kick off our full conference in September.
Thank you, Jill, and thank you, Zeta. We appreciate your time today. Thank you for answering those questions that those that are interested in attending may have. We really appreciate it. And to you, the viewers, we really hope to see you at our HCBS pre-conference and our full conference in September in Eugene, Oregon. Bye.